Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 ollied its way onto the Nintendo 64 in 2001. With the first game being a smash hit which seemed to come pretty much out of nowhere, there was a huge amount of anticipation and expectation on the follow-up title. Like a band's dreaded second album, does Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 truly deliver a superior experience, or like so many follow-ups, was it a rushed mess to capitalise on the first game's insane popularity? Neversoft developed and Activision published the game in the year 2000 on the PlayStation and the Dreamcast, but it wasn't until the year 2001 that N64 owners got their game. Like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, Edge of Reality were tasked with porting Neversoft's work on the console after doing a great job first time around. So why didn't an N64 game get released until the year 2001? Well, apparently because the first N64 Tony Hawk game was released well after the PlayStation version, the publisher wanted to give more breathing space between the two titles to maximise sales. With the added development time though, the developer was able to make some changes to the game for the N64 release. These included the improved textures due to the use of the expansion pack, and there's also a smoother frame rate. In addition, the N64 version also featured an exclusive level to help satisfy those who felt annoyed by the delay in the game getting released. Now off the bat, as I said in my review of the first title, I'm not great at these games, and although I enjoyed playing them, I much preferred watching my brother absolutely destroy them on our PlayStation. Watching someone play the game who's good at it can almost send you into a hypnotic trance, as you see fluid movement and tricks linked seamlessly. None of that is going to be on view here. Jumping into the game, the first thing you'll notice is no doubt the Skatepark feature, which lets you build your own skatepark. Using a real-time 3D editor, this feature alone instantly gave the game a seemingly endless amount of replayability. Being able to craft, design, build and then play your own creations instantly gave the game a greater sense of depth. There were also different styles and a whole ton of pre-made parks for you to test if building wasn't your thing. Also, creating your own character was just as fun, because there are more customization options this time around, and it's great fun not only taking your own player through the career mode, but if like me you actually lived near a skate park, you could then also create your own local skate park in the game and not even have to leave your bedroom to enjoy the thrills it offers. Most players though will spend the majority of their time in the career mode. Pick one of the licensed skaters or your own creation, and then head into the many tracks to earn cash and rewards. You'll improve and build up your stats as the game progresses and unlock new courses by completing objectives. There wasn't anything greatly different here over the first game, but instead it was a case of more of the same, but that wasn't a bad thing. There was really nothing wrong with it. I personally found the balance of tracks much more refined this time around. It seems that they are much more balanced in terms of the playstyle required. And by that I mean the first game had many courses which were heavily balanced towards aerial tricks, but this time around there's a good amount of grinding required to mix up your skills. There's also some courses however like Venice and New York which I really didn't care for too much, but the other new tracks are great fun to play. Graphically the game is great looking, and the added texture quality bump with the expansion pack certainly helps, but it's no slouch even without it. As previously mentioned, some of the tracks are not only boring to play but also lack creativity. But when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 gets things right, the game really shines. The improved textures are nice, but there's a large amount of clipping, and so it's not uncommon to go completely through what should be a solid object. Likewise, with the larger track sizes this time, there's more drawing, which makes pop up an issue. I also felt that the camera in the game wasn't quite up to scratch. Many times in the game you'll be zoomed in so close that you can't see an upcoming object or a way to move out of an area without trial and error. This becomes easier the more you play and learn the tracks, but from the first few runs in a new area it can be extremely annoying. I suppose though that the game is designed to be played through multiple times, and so this is perhaps a minor gripe, and on reflection I'd definitely have chosen the more zoomed in view that we got in favour of having a more zoomed out view, which would have caused more graphical issues and also slowed the frame rate. The biggest drawback in the game is the same issue that the first N64 title had, which is the music. The soundtrack has been heavily cut back compared to the CD release versions of the game for obvious reasons. Not only that though, but the songs which have been left here have been cut down from their full-length versions. This means that you'll be hearing the same short clips of a few songs for the entire game. It's not ideal, and after a few hours they will start to wear on you no matter how good they are or how much you enjoyed them when you first start hearing them. The biggest question for many though is which version of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 to pick up. The game was released on the PlayStation and the Dreamcast a year before, and so naturally the Dreamcast version is the one that I'd probably recommend. Saying that though, there's no reason to play any version, because the Xbox got the definitive version with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X, which added more content, allows custom music, and has the best graphics and frame rate of the lot. At the time however, even I had no reason to own the N64 version. Coming out way later than the PlayStation version and also the Dreamcast version, it definitely hurt sales in my opinion, because many people, and myself included, instead got the PlayStation version on its release and had already fully completed the game months before the N64 version was on the shelves. The added features were nice to look at and also to try, but there wasn't really anything enough in the game cart to make it worthwhile picking up for anyone that had already mastered it on another platform. Not only that, but by the time of the N64 release, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 was only a few months away on the PlayStation, and so the N64 was also on its way out by this time, and the focus had really shifted onto the next generation of consoles. And so for today's topic of conversation, I'd love to know what your favourite memory of this game was. Do you have any epic high scores to share, or you could also discuss your favourite version of the game down below. I'd also love to know why you think that after Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 the series seemed to bomb so quickly. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.